All right, everybody, we are live. This is Crumbleweed 420. I decided to hop on tonight. I figured I'd share with you guys a few things that we picked up at the Dispo today, which is kind of a little bit unusual because that's not some place that we frequent often. But I've got a friend of mine who is the floor manager there, and he's a big avid mushroom grower too, the person that got me into growing mushrooms. And it was pretty nice. Went there, hung out for a little bit, chatted with him. He decided to put some cannabis plants in this year. He's got 8 or 10 of them going, and yeah, it's pretty great. He spent a lot of time out in Colorado, and that was pretty good for him. Hey, Cavort Buds, what's going on, man? Good to see you in here. Thanks for swinging in. Let me get you modded up. There we go. I was just busy chatting about Anthony. Thanks for coming in, man. I was just talking about a dispensary that we hit up earlier today, which is kind of unusual, but I'll give you the little backstory behind it. Hey, OG, I am doing very well. Thanks for swinging in. You know, instead of trying to tell my jackass story off the get-go, I'll wait and see if a couple more people are going to come in so I don't lose my train of thought, which sometimes can be pretty easy for me. But yeah, it's been a great day. We had some good weather here, so that was nice. Even got a little bit of rain, which we haven't had in quite a while, so the plants sucked that right up. It was pretty nice. Hey, bud, what's going on? Nice to see you. Anthony, how are those monster plants doing? Oh, excellent. That's fantastic, Cavort. Cool. Cool indeed. The more the merrier. I appreciate you guys coming in. Oh, stop barking. I have the dogs, all three of them, keeping me company tonight for this live, so that's pretty nice. But yeah, I'll take a minute and I'll get back to the story I was telling. Went to the Dispo today because my wife ended up having to have a hey, Miss Amy, you are Cavort's other half. Perfect. Let's get you all squared away in here. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Appreciate it a great deal. Don't forget, everybody, like, share, and subscribe. You know, while everybody's in here tonight, something cool might happen because on top of sharing everything I want to share, we are awful close to 400 subscribers. I think I have 395, maybe, something along those lines. So, you know, I appreciate it. If you're not already subbed up to me, please sub up and make sure you guys are subbing up to each other. It's one of the reasons why I go ahead and give people wrenches into here so that, you know, they can do that, sub up to one another. And of course, my normal lecture that I give about wrenches is I appreciate it if my moderators would, you know, treat everybody nice and with respect, and that we welcome everybody that comes into our chat. That's a big thing right there, making sure that people are feeling comfortable and welcome. Then, of course, if we get a troll explosion, I just hope that you guys will gracefully escort them to the door. Hey, Brandon, thanks for swinging in. Appreciate you. Let me get you squared away here. Bloop. There you are. You got yourself a wrench. I think you came in on the end of my moderator lecture, so I won't give that again until later if we have any other people come in that needed to be modded up. But so, yeah, we took a trip today to the dispensary. We went there because my wife had to take a tolerance break due to a drug test at a new job that she's starting. So I said, how about if we do something different? I'll let you go to the Dispo and we'll go and we'll pick up some stuff that you want for a change instead of something I want, because we don't really ever go. So I got to tell you, oh, that's no problem at all, Brandon. No problem. So to start with, I picked up from Lowell Smokes right here. This is State of Mind, 3.5 grams, a 10-pack of premium pre-rolls. See if I can get that up there. It's a pretty cool box. Top flips up on here. It's got a little button that you push in. This slides up. and out. And inside, we got this. We even got the matches up top. It actually started out and came with, well, it came with 10 joints, but as you can see, 2 are missing because, yeah, these were pretty ass-kicking. About half of one, and I was toasted. I grow weed. Hey, I am doing fantastic. How are you doing? Thanks for swinging in. Let's get you squared away here. Once again, make sure you guys are all subbing up to one another. Got some people that are new to my chats into here tonight, which is great. So yeah, getting back to these Lowell Smoke Quicks, I was impressed. I really, really was. You know, one thing when it comes to the pre-rolls and like that, if it's anything infusion-wise and whatnot, I tend to let somebody else handle that. It's too much of a thing for me to rub resin all over a joint or inside and then pack it half with keef and, you know, roll it in diamonds on the outside. I let somebody else do the work, but these were pretty nice. I got to tell you, they were. Let me see. Next thing my wife picked was they had these 2-packs where you could get 14 grams for like $130, which I thought was a rip. But with a discount and whatnot, you could break these mix and match packs in half. So I ended up picking up this by Flav, F-L-A-V, or Flav, whichever you want to call it, which was Crunch Berries. It's pretty good. Does the job. Wife loved it. It was what she wanted. It's got some sweet notes to it. Sweet. There was some citrus that she said she tasted on the end of it, but I didn't get that as much as she did. But needless to say, Sammy's Creations never been into a Dispo. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I've been to a couple of them. I think they're interesting. You know, the disappointing part of it from my side, as I've mentioned before, is we're so used to cannabis that is so fresh. You know, I mean, for any of us who grow, we know, you know, if a branch breaks in the middle of flower, it doesn't matter what's on that. We are going to dry it and we are going to try it. You know, it's not going to be cured. It's not going to be anything along those lines. So, you know, we get weed that's super fresh in comparison to what they see in the dispos. Fire in the 520. What's going on? Thanks for swinging in. Hey, what's everybody smoking on tonight? Just curious. I am going to be smoking on, this was another Dispo purchase today. It is Frozen Fist. It is Mike Tyson strain. There we are. Let me take some of the flour out so you can see what it looks like. Yes, indeed, Fire. Yes, indeed. Everybody is doing well, and I appreciate the fact that you're in here. Let's get you modded up and squared away. There we go. Perfect. Nice. We got 10 people in here. 8 people have smashed the lights. You guys are great. You really are. Let me flip this light on so I can show this a little bit better instead of, let's see. There we are. Let me see if I can get a bud up close. If it'll focus in on it. There we are. It's not too bad. That's the Mike Tyson Frozen Fist. Oh, homegrown purple cheese cookies flour. It's a mouthful, Anthony. Nice. Rabbit, what is going on? Bigfoot, Northern Lights, and Gouda Gushers. You know, okay, this whale haze, this is the 3rd time I've heard that today. So that's kind of pretty cool. Oh, we them boys in here. Nice. You got some Pineapple Express. Sweet. Well, let me take a sip first before we rip because I'm guilty of coughing all over the place because I forget. Well, here we go, everybody. Cheers. Enjoy. Let's rip. Yes, yes. Excuse me. Also, let me sip first. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. Oh, LA Confidential, Game On Strong, snapped the hell out of the first week of flower. Nice, I grow. Definitely got a Lincoln trade care packages. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a big thing. I can't believe the generosity of our community. I mean, be it seeds, be it lights, be it grow bags, be it, you name it. And the community just, somebody's in need for something, and it's fantastic because somebody steps up and helps them out. We love to share our product, our grows. It's cool. It is cool indeed. Rabbit, you got beans for days and buds. Well, Hayes is where I made from crossing SSH father with a Moby Dick mother. Okay, here's my thing though. Again, in saying that it was the third time that I heard it today, did you mention it in the chat that I was in earlier, maybe? That could be. Because I know I bumped into you at least once out there earlier today. Anthony's got a few thousand seeds. Well, see, I have a civilized amount of seeds. However, probably 500 of them are regs. And out of that, 300 of them came from one plant. And I'm just growing that from one plant. It's an unknown plant because the person that gave it to me had no idea. He was about 85 years old and wanted me to have it. I'm growing it out this time. We planted 6 of them and 4 of them came up. So we'll see what ends up being male or female. But, that's definitely hold on a second here. Sorry. But that's definitely going to be pretty cool when we do that. That I have probably 300 seeds of that one. So I think it'd be interesting if it turned into something cool, but those seeds are probably so unstable, it's not even funny. That's what I would guess. Not that I know anything about breeding, because I really don't, but. Them boys, you never got a care package before? Man, care packages are filled with love and cool stuff from people in the community. It's a beautiful thing. And it's even nicer when it's a surprise and you don't even know it's coming. Sorry for the silence. I'm just reading at the moment. Oh, excuse me a second. Text just came in. I will make it quick, family. Very nice. I'm getting pictures sent to me from my daughter from the bowling alley. She's at Cosmic Bowling right now, which is pretty cool. I haven't done that in a fat minute. In a fat minute indeed. Most of your seeds are purple cheese cookies made from Girl Scout cookies times purple Urkel times blue cheese. That sounds pretty fire though, Anthony. That really does. Now, are you growing any of that this year or no? You're pretty much situated with like with the ones that you listed before. I can't remember all the strains off the top of my head, but I just didn't know if you're running any of those right now. Sorry, when people start talking about breeding stuff, it fascinates me, even though I don't do it. So I was, okay, got over 20 ounces. It's impressive. Impressive indeed. For those of you who grow in here, what's your average yield? And I know it's plant dependent, but if you really had to look at it, I know summer and indoor and outdoor is different. We see that all the time. I mean, my indoor plants, some of my clones that I pulled came from indoor plants and I moved them outdoors. And let me tell you, almost everything is different about them. How they're growing, how wide they are, how tall they're getting. The terp profile is insane. Like I have a strawberry kush outside. It 100% smells 10 times stronger than what I had in the house. And you know exactly what it is when you walk up to the plant. And it's sticky and it's everything you'd want a strawberry kush to be. Oh, you got someone testing for you right now? Sweet. The whale haze kicks your butt, but it's good. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I'll swing by your channel fire and take a peek. Absolutely. I'm sure my guess will be like horrifically either high, low, or otherwise. You know, it's an interesting one. I had thought, sometimes you have a harvest and you look at it and everything's so big, you're like, oh my God, I have, pounds of weed. And then everything starts drying up and you're like, I have a lot, but I didn't have the gigantic pounds that I thought because, you know, there are times everything's just sucking up so much water and it's so heavy, you know. Oh, you can't grow outside, Cavort? Okay, I will say that sucks. 3 pounds this season, Anthony. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. I don't know what I'm going to get. I would like to, with everything I have outside, I think I should come in around there between my raised bed, between the 325 gallons, my scrogged plant, and four autos that I have outside. I think in total I should pull somewhere around there. Hey, yeah, that is a fun thing to do. Just take a guess and yeah, I'm sure it will, Anthony. You're going to be picking freaking buds off from that thing like they do in Florida for oranges. You're going to have to go in with your cherry picker, or they're gonna bring one of those big things in that shakes the olives off the tree. You'll just put a tarp down below, and it's just gonna catch all your fucking trim and any sugar leaves that fall off and keef by the pound. You'll be scooping it with a shovel. Has to be under lock and key indoors. Where are you, if you don't mind me asking? I'm in upstate New York, about half an hour from Syracuse, right on Lake Ontario. I got a room in my house that you could stuff that plant in, Anthony, and it would just suck up the whole room. That's freaking hilarious. Oh, no kidding. That's cool, Fire. Oh, awesome. That's awesome. Small world, very small world here. Yeah, that's crazy. It is crazy good, Anthony. It really is. As I will say, if not for you guys, I would not be growing the way I'm growing and doing the things I'm doing right now. It's I have learned so much from everybody's grow. I mean, hanging out with Off Grid with Anthony and Hobo would come in and some other people that were all growers, and God, we just sit and talk about so much stuff and get so many ideas from one another. And it's just great. You get that in every chat you go into. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. And we need to keep it this way. All parts of the community, not just the growers, the growers, the reviewers, the just flat out content creators, the marketing people, the advertising people, the manufacturers, and the breeders. The breeders, Jesus, without them, what would we be doing? Dave, what's going on? Thanks for swinging by. I'm appreciating you a great deal for being here. I know you're a busy man. Oh, PA. All right. Yeah. Okay, Kavort, I get that. Then I have a couple other people that I chat with every now and then from PA, and they have mentioned that it's unique. So, Banana OG, I have never grown it, and I can honestly say I've never tried it. This run that I'm doing right now for my fall run is, again, probably the widest variety of seeds that I've planted in a while because I went with 6 different strains. 6 different strains. I germinated or attempted to germinate 22 seeds because I had a bunch of regs in there. Ended up only getting 14 out of the 22, which was fine by me. Still maintained 6 different strains, and yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome. We'll wait till the regs come up and then figure out if we got males, and if we do, well, we'll kill them off, and hopefully we'll end up with still, out of the regs, a couple of each. So that'd be good. I mean, my plant count is 12 here in New York. So for me, that's fine. If I have to kill off a couple, it won't hurt anything. You don't grow. Oh, you do all the baking. Hey, that is wicked important. That's like primo important. I mean, you got to have someone who plays chemist in the kitchen. You know, that can of butter doesn't make itself on its own. It definitely does not. I don't know if you make gummies also, but they, yeah, they hit the spot when you need them to. I'll tell you that. That was another thing. My daughter just came back from Colorado, and she's been back about 2 weeks, maybe. It's getting awful close. Shy, what's going on? Thanks for stopping in. And I like my gummies. Normally, I order them from Everything 420. Okay, so we'll talk about their gummies quick for a minute. I would have to describe their gummies. No offense to them because they do a fantastic job, but they're kind of like the alphabet gummies. THC, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, Delta 31,009, and they're usually anywhere from 500 to 1,000 milligrams per gummy. And, I would rip on one or two of those and enjoy myself and get blasted out of my mind. So my daughter hands me this bag of gummies, and she's like, Dad, I took half of one of these last night and I was blasted. And I'm looking at it and I read the bag and it's like, okay, these are 50 milligrams. So at first I was going to take a handful because I'm so used to the high amounts, but I said, I'm just going to take one and see what happens. Well, this company here, Lost Garden cannabis infused gummies. Don't know where it came from because it just says made in the USA on the back of it. But 50 milligrams of these will get you very toasted. Very, very toasted. Just keep that in mind. If you see them around, they're not that bad. And it's probably less ingredients. And these ones are THC. Yep. None of the Delta 93, everything else. So probably a cleaner gummy too. You haven't done gummies yet? They're fun. They are fun. I think one of the big keys is I decided to make some and used MCT oil to infuse. And one of the things that we live, we learn, we make mistakes. I made a batch of the MCT oil and the cannabis that I used, whereas normally, people want gummies that are going to get you uplifted, hopping around, having a great time, good buzz. So I generally use sativas. Well, I made a batch with basically 90% indica weed, and these gummies were fantastic. If you wanted to be so couch locked that you couldn't even get up, that you would just like melt into it and whatever you were looking at or watching. So those ones a lot of people did not care for. They wanted the other side of things. And now, since I've gotten rid of them, I toss those ones out because nobody really wanted them. And I don't enjoy a couch lock high. I just don't. And neither does my wife. So, so I'm sitting on probably a quart of that oil still that I have to figure out what I want to do or make more of them, see if some people might have an interest in them, as opposed to, the others, just letting them know, hey, these are like sleepy time gummies. So, yeah. Yep. Remember to hydrate, people. Keep yourself nice and damp. So, last thing that we grabbed at the Dispo, and this was a nice one. Brownie banana bread, pineapple upside down cake. Holy shit, that must be good. I never really thought of that. Because I do a lot of the baking, but I could do that and like bring it to my dad's for something and make everybody eat it. And that would be freaking awesome because he's 82 years old. He would shit his pants. He would. All right, getting back to this. Last thing I got at the Dispo was a little glare on this. They are called Jetpacks Big Bang, and the flavor is Lucid Blue. Let me take one of these out because you guys are going to think these are pretty fucking fire. Look at this. Focus. Focus. There we are. That thing's all caked and crusted up with diamonds on the outside. So the way these things are stacked up is the first third of it up here is flour. Then it goes into a third spot of concentrates. And then the last part down here is all keef. So, and they smell fantastic. They really, really do. Jimmy John, what's going on? Thanks for getting in here. I appreciate you. This is awesome. Awesome, awesome. You made puppy chow. Now that's awesome. That is really awesome. I bet they loved it. I know that my pug ate, unfortunately, part of a brownie that somebody had on the corner of a table, and he generally is not a food grabber, but he was that day. And I don't know, that was about a year ago, and he spent a lot of time standing, staring at the wall, just wobbling back and forth, So, but let me tell you something. He slept really good. I think he slept the best he'd ever slept. Drink gallons of coffee. Sorry, I'm reading back up into the chat right now. You know, I'm thinking here that I want to light up one of these jetpack joints. So I think I'm going to. And we'll sit here and we'll chill and we'll chat and we'll, yeah. Your dog's food for a while, a ton of work and pretty expensive. Yeah, we did that for our oldest dog. We made food for him for a little while when he was on some antibiotics and stuff. And, the funny thing was after a while, he didn't care about it anymore. He wanted whatever the other dogs were having. So we just let him, do that. And I stopped, it was funny. I'd gotten a recipe that had chicken and rice and this and that and everything else in it. So I was like, that's cool. That's a nice one to do. Then I turn around and see a study saying not to give him chicken and rice as a food anymore. So you can't win. You just cannot win. Oh, Jimmy John, you guys mix deer meat in yours? Nice. Nice. I think that's a nice treat for the dogs. I really do. I think they need it every now and then. They haven't always been domesticated. I don't see a fucking tree out in the forest that grows dog food and sprinkles it down for them. So, I think that part of that is good for them, good for their diet, and maybe can help keep them a little healthier and alive a little bit longer. Oh, well, that happens. Little pup, poor guy, but it happens. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. My dad was an avid hunter for a long time. Matter of fact, he's all excited. Now, mind you, he's 82, going to be 83 in October. He owns a chunk of land here, which makes him automatically qualify for, a second deer permit, even though he doesn't live on that property. And when he went to get his doe permits this year, he went to file for him and he looked at the papers because they mail him his license and he got his 2 doe permits and his 2 regular permits. So he can get 4 deer this year. Now, my father has not. JC, what's going on? And Warriors, hey, thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. So he's gone out the last couple of years and sat in some Fortress of Solitude hunting shack that this friend of his had built, but the friend passed away last year. So I don't know where his intentions of going to hunt this year are. He's not the kind of guy that'll have somebody else go out and fill his tag. So I kind of don't know what his plan is because he's on oxygen full time. So if he's, popping off shells, it's probably not a good thing. I'm sure. Yo, excuse me a second, Cabs. What's going on? Thank you so much for stopping by. Dude, this is awesome. I'm just getting ready. $1.06 doe. Nice. Nice indeed. I am getting ready to fire up this infused pre-roll from Jetpack. It's Big Bang Lucid Blue, and it's supposed to be awesome. So I'm going to get this going, and we're going to say cheers, and we're going to get a little more toasty than we were before. That is nice. Already got a ring starting to form around it, obviously, from the concentrates that are on there and the diamonds, but that is nice. Hey, everybody, don't forget to sub up to one another while you're in here. We got 12 people in here. That's like an awesome opportunity for people to hook up, network, chat amongst yourselves. We got a ton of cool people in here, which is great. And thank you guys. Excuse me a second. Thank you guys for smashing that like. We got 13 13 likes, 12 people in the room. It's beautiful. Awesome gas face dabs. Galaxy. Cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers. So glad you could make it. Jimmy John, $2 and $3 last year. Nice. Nice. Do you process them yourselves or do you send it out to process it? I used to do them for my dad. And, well, I used to do them for him. Did I enjoy it? No. But still the same. I did it. And, I always got meat out of the deal if I wanted it. So that was nice. Absolutely nice. That makes sense. That makes sense, Jimmy. I know, Shy. We got a lot of awesome people in here. This is so freaking cool. Yeah. Make sure aside to subbing up, I'll tell you something. I've subbed up to a lot of people, and I don't always get to go through their channel that day. But I've been making it a point to get into a lot of people's channels that I've subbed to. Man, we've got some tremendous people in here. Growing monsters or just doing something different with PM or how they're doing clones or what they do for germination. And it blows me away because I'm learning things every single day from people who don't, I don't know, they want to be in the background. They don't want to be in the spotlight, but it's cool. There's such wealths of information. Thank you, Miss Amy. Sorry, catching up in the chat. Yeah, I gotta start doing shorts. Well, let me finish choking first. Excuse me. So, I want to do some shorts, but my son's going to show me how. Not trying to sound like I'm stupid, but I don't understand the process of editing it on my phone if I have to do anything to edit it. Or do I just make a clip for right now and throw it out there with no music or whatever behind it? Just me saying, hey, whatever. Or just, I don't know, showing whatever I want to show in the video and having some writing along with it. I don't know. I am sure I'm making it out to be a hell of a lot more complicated than it is. That I can guarantee. It was just like before I ever did a live, I was so terrified, you know, terrified. And then, I don't know if anybody ever goes and watches my first live, I think it was 12 minutes long. I went up there, didn't think anybody was going to show up. People came in the room. I panicked and shut it down, you know. So, okay, you can use, all right, you can use the music on your phone. Levels, dude, what is going on? Holy smokes, we got a lot of phenomenal people in here tonight. This is tremendous. I just modded you up so you can share, like, and all that good stuff. 38 and don't have a clue how to edit anything. Yeah. I turned around in one of my first videos that I never posted. I was trying to play around with all the special effects and I had pictures twisting and stuff turning upside down and going in and going like this for transitions. And then when I went to drag it all into Lightworks, which is what I use, it looked like a kindergartner slapped this thing together. I mean, it was bad. It was super, super bad. Somehow I had put delays and overlays of voice and music, and it was traumatic. Traumatic indeed. Let's see here. I will. And that was what I decided to do when I started doing live. Someone's like, you should do a live. And I'm like, I don't even know what the hell I'm going to say. Like, just go up there, be you, talk about shit, and see what happens. I mean, the first person that told me that was Big Dave. I don't know if he's still kicking around in the room, but I was telling the story of Big Dave's welcoming me to YouTube and how much I appreciated it. So, yeah, again, big props to everybody in this community. Uh, you know, Everybody who's on here in some way, shape, or form is a content creator, and if you're not creating content, trust me, you're helping forge and mold everybody else's content that's on here. So you'll have fun. Cabs, your first video was in green face. Is that still up? I would love to see it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go check that out. That's gonna be funny. Funny indeed. Oops. Set this down and it went out. See if we can get her going again. Oh yeah, I did forget to mention that before also. Jeepers Creepers. The YouTube police are gonna fly in and kick me in the ass. Also, anybody under 18 that we have come zipping into the channel, well, obviously you're gonna notice they're not modded up right away, but if somebody can take 2 seconds and check their channel if it's questionable, that would be awesome. If it is somebody that I've never encountered before, I'm don't mod them up. It's got to be somebody who's been in chats, and as you guys all know, I'm in a lot of different chats, zipping around. Sometimes I might just be the lurker in the closet, because that's when I get engrossed in people's channels when their panel or their guests are there so captivating that you want to like just zone right in, listen to everything that they're saying, you know. So those are the ones where I see a lot of people in there talking and contributing, and it's like, man, I hope they zip by my channel sometimes. I'd love to have them be a part of it. And here you guys are. Grow with the flow. Thank you for coming in. How's your cats and the birds doing? Really, Shy? You won the giveaway on Lucid Genetics? That is awesome. Congratulations. No problem, Kawart. Thank you for coming in, and we thank your wife as well. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you again, I'm sure. Thanks. Oh, that's awesome, Shy. That is awesome. It's exciting. It is always exciting. Thanks, Kawart. We will. Sorry, I'm just kind of jamming along right now. I got a little buzz on from that joint. Oh, no kidding. Galaxy One as well. That's sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. I love it when people win. I won a couple the other day, and that's just fantastic. I'm waiting for the stuff to show up. I won on Token Times. Yep. And then, well, it wasn't what I won, but for my birthday, GQC and Lucid are sending me some seeds. So that's freaking awesome. Super awesome. They're sending me like 6 different strains, I think it is. and it's wild. It's wild. I'm gonna have such a wide assortment. Yeah, Warriors Galaxy is pretty lucky. He wins some good stuff. It's rigged. Oh no, you're fine, Miss Amy. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it so much. You have yourself a great night. You know, Cav, I'm gonna hit you up on that at some point in time. I really am. People have told me to because I've talked about getting seeds from different places, and yeah, they said, talk to Cav. He's a good guy, and we know that to be true. You won 4 different giveaways in the last 3 weeks. Oh, you won on Chad Westport and Scotty 420. Nice. Scotty's the dude. He really is. Awesome, awesome guy. When I do my well, he's been on my chats at this time of night, but when I do my morning chats or lives, there's some that I do or have been doing at like 5:30 in the morning, and there's a whole group of people that have came into that, and I'm probably going to start doing that this week. I talked about it on the last live I did, but I really think I want to pull the trigger on it. It's kind of fun. And then I'll still do one or two at night because I enjoy, obviously, you can see all the people that we have in here. It's absolutely awesome. I grow seeds so others can grow trees and enjoy the shade. You know what? That sounds like a shirt. That sounds like you should run for president. That's something that we would all stand behind and support. That'd be a great campaign platform, Cavs. Sorry for the silence, just reading the chat. So, I spent quite a chunk of time out in the garden today with the girls. And it's interesting. We've been having some weirdish weather up here. We haven't been having the blistering hot days. It's been kind of wonky with the plants. Even though my raised bed would be the only thing that you would consider fully in the ground, the way the temperatures have been swinging like 40 degrees between day and night, at least 35 plus, you can see that like the sumac trees and some of the other stuff, which are starting to change colors already, that some of my plants are starting to fade already. Really surprised me. Not a ton, but I can see 10 leaves here. I can see, there are 12 leaves there, and should have keep an eye on it. I know it's not a nutrient deficiency. I thought about that at first, like, what the fuck do I have going on? But it's not the case, and I'll tell you why I know it's not a nutrient deficiency, because I'm running 3 different kinds of nutrients outside. And I'm growing in cocoa except in the raised bed. So I've got 3 plants in soil, 1, 2, 3 plants in full cocoa, and my raised bed is compost, cocoa, and soil all mixed together. So I made my own kind of like super soil. So, Stone After Dark. Sorry, I was rambling like a jackass. Cool. Thank you for being here. Let me get y'all squared away here as a mod. I'm going to give my mod lecture again real quick. Give out a wrench so that way you guys can sub up to one another, check out each other's pages quicker. You don't have to dick around with trying to search for somebody in the freaking YouTube world when people change their screen names, or their screen names have nothing to do with what they're registered under. So there's that. Just be nice and considerate. Welcome everybody when they come in the room. We remember when we first came flying into rooms and nobody wanted to Not nobody wanted to, but we wanted people to talk to us. We wanted to feel included and part of it. And that's what we want to do here. And if the troll wizards come in, we just need to blow them out of the room nicely and remind people this room's for 18 years or older. All right, Sled, what's going on? Hey, no problem, Stone. No problem. As I said, when you're in here, just make sure you're subbed up to everybody, man. People will sub back to you, and yeah, your numbers will go up, and beautiful things will happen, I think. And if nothing else, you're going to meet some really cool people. That is undeniable. Sorry, got a message coming in here. There we go. Perfect. 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 What's everybody smoking on right now? I know I asked that earlier, but we've been kicking around in here for almost an hour. Didn't know if anybody's changed it up some. I went to, obviously, from the Frozen Fist, which I've still got some left, probably another couple of solid rips in the bong. And then I went on to that Lucid Blue, which I'm probably down to where the concentrate starts in it right now. And that was hitting pretty, I knew I was hitting it. So I decided, I didn't want to turn into a complete word slurring tool. So I decided I'd put it down for now and we'll hit the bong in a few minutes. Boom, 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 boom. What we got here? Damn smoking. Okay, look. All right, the gas face, dabs, and smoking. Burbage black tie times unknown S1 testers you're working on. Nice. That is so nice. Pineapple chunk flour, skunk one times cheese. So I'll tell you something interesting to me is that, so I grew gelato outdoors last year, gelato 41. And I pulled 2 clones from it. Well, I pulled a bunch more than 2, but I only saved 2. Grew them in 2x2 tents. I got a crazy yield. I pulled a pound off from each one of them in 2x2 tents. The buds were bigger than 20-ounce soda bottles. Somewhere in with all my movies, there's a video that I believe says out. It should say gelato on it or gelato 41, something like that. But my point to this is I am growing a gelato OG from Seedsman. Right now, it's one of the autoflowers that I have outside, and I can't believe the smell coming off from it. The smell is so different than the gelato 41. This gelato OG is like if you were somewhere getting gelato. You get it. It's like a sweet, sticky smell, sweet, sticky, sugary smell that's coming off from that. It's sick. It's so sick, so good. John, Jimmy John, I resemble that comment. Nice, Stone. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So what is today? Saturday? It's Saturday still. Yes. What's everybody got planned for tomorrow? Anything cool? Sorry about that little music break provided by me, but I am working on figuring out how to have like quiet, gentle music playing in the background or something along those lines. Flight home from Alaska. You're in Alaska. What the hell? All right. Did you go there for something cool? I hope. And when you were there, did you smoke any Alaskan Thunderfuck? I know that'd be kind of stupid that you'd go there to smoke that, but you never know if that's like the weed of choice up there. No shit, your wife won a trip? Good for you. Good for you guys. That is awesome. Gonna rip on this a little more. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, Cavs, it's like wash, rinse, repeat. Excuse me. All right, Shy. Thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate it. You have an awesome night. Be safe. Be safe out there. Sorry, knocking things down over here, making big crashes. Grab it. What's going on? Thank you for swinging by. Greatly appreciated. Oh, look at that. We still got 11 people in the room. We've had 20 likes. This is awesome. You guys are such an awesome group. They want 420 a zip there? Holy shit. 420. Your home is Hona? I am not familiar with that. Now I'm going to have to look it up. Hoonah. Oh, no kidding. Interesting. I just looked it up. Now I know where it is. Grab it, you're baked as a cookie. That's good. We appreciate that. If you weren't, you'd have to tell me, and then we'd have to finish getting you baked. That we would indeed. I think I still got a little of that gummy I had kicking around in my system, and some of that frozen fist of Mikey Tyson's, and then this lucid blue. That, as I said, I think I should be at the concentrate level right now, and we'll smoke that down a little bit more. It is really nice. It is. Trying to think of what I got planned tomorrow. Tomorrow is the anniversary of my mom, or not the anniversary of her passing away. It's actually her birthday tomorrow. She passed away 13 years ago, I believe it was, somewhere into there. And yeah, so I miss her. It'll be a little bit of a sad day, but maybe we'll do some cool stuff. I can tell you what part of my master plan was for tomorrow, but I don't know how appropriate this would be. I was going to go to bed tonight with some really positive, good intentions in my head towards a lot of cool stuff. And then I was thinking when I woke up in the morning, depending on how I felt, I might do some DMT since I have it and have an opportunity to just have that experience on mom's birthday and see what comes of it. But I don't know. I really want to see how I feel tomorrow. When I get up, how my head is and all that good stuff. Scotty 420. No, my mom's birthday is tomorrow. She passed away about 13 years ago. Oh, this is great. You guys get to sit here and listen to me cough my lungs out. Much better. Much, much better. Visible Farms. Thank you so much for stopping in. Get you squared off here. Give my quick moderator lecture. Be nice to people. Be nice to others. Welcome people into the room. Sub up to each other. Please do that. Keep an eye out for trolls. Make sure that people are 18 or older in the room. Ask every now and then if you question it. And other than that, let's have an awesome time in here like we want to. We got a killer group of people in this room right now. Pretty darn nice. Pretty darn nice. I'm liking it. Scotty, if that's for me, the damn I miss it, I will have to mail it on Tuesday this week. Dude, no worries. I ain't going nowhere. We're all good. This is just a beautiful thing. Frenchie! I saw you kicking around in the chat earlier. I don't remember whose it was. Good to see you. Good to see you. Glad you're here. What you smoking on tonight, Frenchie? Yo, Amp Killer, what's going on? Bum, bum, bum. We are just smoking things up, chatting about a little bit of anything. My audio is cutting in and out. Huh. I'll wait and see if it is for anybody else. Oh, just when I speak. Huh. Sure it's not my raspy voice? It could be. I know I spent the last 10 minutes coughing, so that could have been part of it too. Yeah, I see you guys all bouncing into one another. Okay. All right. I was just busting my own balls. Cheers, everybody. Boom, 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 boom. Ba, boom, boom, boom. Cumulus, what is going on? Thanks for stopping in. Excuse me, just ripped, so I'm choking again. Once again, thank you guys for all being here. We got 14 people in the room right now. You guys have pounded that like 21 times. So appreciated. Anybody have a topic they'd like to bring up and chat about? I can chat about my outdoor grow if anybody's interested in hearing that, or if anybody wants to talk about theirs. All right. If my audio's all fucked up, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end this live for now. Sorry guys. Uh, I appreciate you pointing it out to me, Frenchie. Thank you, because I probably sound pretty silly then if that's the case. So no, it's fine. I'd rather have you tell me than go and watch the playback and get like 100 comments. You sound like a jackass. So, alrighty, everybody. Thank you very much for coming and showing up. I appreciate you all. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. Love you, and we'll catch you later. Thanks a lot, guys.